Got a couple of side videos going, I reckon. There's a few other little projects happening around the place. I started this one before I started filming, so I'll just quickly catch up to where it was. Shouldn't take that long, haven't done much. So basically, let's put in a spa in, a wood heated spa, using an old water tank for a mold. Just going to do a concrete spa at this stage. I've cleared an area, maybe do a bit of decking and some structure above it. And I've just run a trench down from the corner of the shed over here with power and water from the top tanks. And I just wanted to avoid the roots of this big wattle because I really like him. So I've gone around the whole bloody thing. It's quite a long trench. Oh, that's sick. Look at these mushrooms. How cool's that? But yeah, that just is a trench running to that, and then I'll send the drone up and just show you where the trench goes and what it looks like from the air, I guess. So I'll send the drone up now and just have a quick look at it, and then hopefully some time-lapse stuff of it getting built, because I haven't done anything yet, and we'll just start now. This is the beast. I've used to film a bunch of stuff on the caravan and most of the still photos. I've had it for like 7 years now, maybe. It's been a trooper. Still goes alright for video. It's not that good at photos anymore. But it's just so close cropped even on the wide angle. I might just keep using the phone for this sort of stuff because it seems to be better, which is a bit sad. So yeah, that's the spa. You saw how it looked from the air. Pretty cool little area. You can also see I need a new roof on this shed from that footage probably, so don't judge me on that one. But the excavator's gone for a little bit down to Dad's property, so I'm sort of stuck there for a moment because I wanted to make that area a bit bigger before I sort of started putting the concrete in and everything. So I just want to widen that a bit more, and that leads me on to the second group of videos, which I'll probably start doing. I've got a few chainsaws kicking around. I got this last year. It looks like it's been well used, and it has, because we get all our heat comes from the timber on the property. Got a wetback on the fire, so we can get hot water down there from the fire as well. So we're pretty self-sufficient here, and I guess we're really reliant on the timber. I'm lucky we've got a lot of it. I don't ever chop down anything live. It's all just from stuff that comes down in storms. So that's pretty neat that we just get to rely on that. It's a lot of work. And this is one of the saws I got. It's obviously straight out of China. It's a 62cc MTM. This guy's been going alright. It's got a 22-inch bar. It's a bit more punch than the 58 I had before it, and a bigger bar. And it's been really good. I'm a bit slack with keeping the chain up to date, so this bar and chain are really worn, and it cuts a bit wonky. So I got a new bar and chain. I'm just looking at that right now. It's the wrong bar. So that's nice. So that might go on another chainsaw, and I guess all my chains will be wrong too. This must be I might measure it all up. I've done that a bit wrong, I guess. That might be a 20 and this is a 22 or 24 or something, so we'll check that out. But underneath all this, I've got a Alaskan sawmill, a rip-off one. So essentially, you can see there, clamps your chainsaw in, you can start slabbing some timber. The idea of this, apart from, I thought it was really cool, and they're really cheap these days, is over on the spar I wanted to do 4 uprights on the corners of it, and then some, what do you call it, trellising or something up the top, so some plants can grow up there. So that's the idea. I wanted to mill a bit of timber and have a go at it. We haven't got anything straight on the property. We've got a heap of messmates that I'll probably try and do that with because they're the straightest. And yeah, I know you meant to do it with live timber, not rotted fallen stuff, but we'll see what we go without, you know, making too much damage here. So that's kind of those videos, and that's where I'll be starting there. So I was going to change over the bar and get those saws out, and we'll just see how far we get. Yeah, so I just jumped on eBay and checked what I bought. Obviously this is an 18-inch bar, 18-inch chains. I mean, might be able to upgrade that one. It's a step down from my mid one because it's a 20. This is a 22. So I don't know what I was doing, what I bought. I clearly wasn't reading the title. So it's like 80 bucks down the drain. I'll jump on now and grab a 22 and 3 new chains, so we might cut back to doing the big guy. But I'll do a bit of maintenance on these three since that hasn't been started for 5 years. That hasn't been started for 2 years. And I used that all last year and it needs a bit of maintenance as well. So we'll just rip into them and get them going, and then I might set up the sawmill. It's a 10-year-old saw. I haven't used it for at least 6 years. Was sparking before? I should just, I don't know. Alright, that one's pretty much cleaned up. I'm not going to bother putting bar oil in it and run it. I never run this thing, it's too small and it's just like a Bunnings special from 10 years ago. I did notice something I totally forgot about, which is why I stopped using it. The bar tightener strips itself out, so you can only go so tight for it just keeps stripping, and it was just really annoying because you have to rely on just pulling it out manually and tightening these to keep any pressure on it. That's why I bought this one a couple of years ago. We moved up here first. Tackle this one next, I reckon. But yeah, he fired up straight away. That's pretty neat to hear it running. Make a little skateboard engine or something. So this one should be alright. I mean, it's pretty filthy in here around the carb. And I noticed when I took this off, there was a big crack across the top of this, just through here. And I think because it's been sitting hard against this spark plug cover, it's filthy inside. And also the throttle body itself was just caked with stuff, so yeah, it's not my main saw. Probably won't last much longer. Do a few bearings or piston rings with this gunk inside, but I cleaned it out as best I could and yeah, give it a fire up. Whoop. throttle stuck on. Let's have a look at that. You can see that pin moving in there, that wire stopping it. I've just tucked that in there in the wrong spot, I think. I'm going to call those two done. It was okay, like the 52, whatever it was, unbranded thing. It's one I bought from eBay, first eBay store. And I replaced an old still I had, and it goes alright. Like, it's been going for, went 3 years here, flat out every winter. And it's really just the chain and the bar that wore down because I didn't do it properly. And the motor itself's been good. You can see there's a couple of loose little bits inside and some crappy design flaws, but overall that one's been really good. You can't buy that one on eBay anymore. It's just been superseded by the MTMs or the baumrs, whatever they're called. And I think Giants is probably what that was. I tried an MTM 62XS last time, and that guy's been really good. Could have got a larger one, but no big deal. I'll call that one junk. And there's nothing wrong with this one. This one's fine. I'll have a look at the air filter and go through the spark plug like the other ones, but it's fine. Just needs a sharpener and it's good. Same thing. It's like it's not stopping stuff, hey? It's like that's just full of stuff. So these saws are eating dust. Quite a bit of it. Because that's just the stuff that's mixed with the oil. So I'd say a lot of loose dust going through there. Like, same thing, hey? Look at that, cracked across the top. So that's definitely a design flaw with both of these. You can see what's just sitting here rubbing on upwards angle. So can't get that any lower. Rubbing right there. And it's cracked right there. And also that's just openable. Look at that. That was just open, feeding dust on the inside of that seal. Right through there. So that's probably their Achilles heel. It's like the amount of crap they're probably just eating constantly. I would try and fix that up if you bought one of these straight away, because that's definitely going to limit the life of the saw if it's just taking in debris. Like, that's caked. And they've probably got some pretty low tolerances to run. Like, it probably runs on a bit of oily rag, but you still don't want an engine eating all that crap. So yeah, if you do get one, I'd run a bit of araldite or glue around that, stick together, try and block that crack down. We'll keep going through this one and have a look at it, see what the spark plug looks like. Okay, that's not right. Something slipped off in there. Clutch is permanently engaged. I'll do a bit of a changeover on the air filter, and I've already ordered the chain and bar, so we'll cut back to that when it's replaced. But yeah, they've been pretty good. This chain's wrecked. I'm not gonna bother sharpening it. Get another one. Out. Alright, that was just a quick sharpen. Haven't got the new chain for it yet. I can't bother waiting. There's a tree that's been down for a while down the block a bit. We'll go chop it up and give it a test. Just wanted to really talk about the saw a little bit and see how good they are. And they're not complete pieces of crap like a lot of the comments sort of are on the videos. Now, it's been a while since this bad boy started, so we'll see how it goes. Yeah. Basically, the choke's pretty stuffed on it, so got to do some manual things to it. Chain's just a bit longer now, it's heated up a bit. Go and tighten it. Yeah, it's like pretty soft wood. There she is, the beast. I'll just keep working along there. There's a couple more up here I might take down. That one back there is leaning over the driveway, so I'll take him down probably too. It's a bit of timber to start the winter off. So I spent most of that time just looking up because halfway through chopping this thing up, I realised that for the spar I want some uprights, and that's what I got the sawmill for. And I hate taking down live trees here because I've got heaps of them, but they're really nice. We live in here for a reason. And this guy, I mean, he's not straight, but he's straighter than most of the trees in the property. That section right there is anyway, apart from the kink. So it's probably a pretty good candidate for a pole. It's better than firewood, and it's not rotted out or anything. It's pretty solid. It's solid enough for an ornamental spar cover. So I might keep him intact just for one of the poles. I'll keep moving on. This is enough firewood for the next couple of days it's cold, and put it in the pile. And I might have some fun and take one of these down quickly. So let's do that, and then I'll call it a wrap. So yeah, this is the saw. Wasn't really meant to be a review of the saw, like, you know, cutting it down and seeing what was wrong with it. More just some advice from someone that's bought it and uses it almost every day here, especially through winter. It's been our main workhorse for the last 12 months and the smaller model before this the last 3 years. So there's not really much that goes wrong with them. The motor is so solid, the starter's always good. The clutch system hasn't failed on me yet. There's a couple things that you could do straight up when you get them. I've done the O-rings and the petrol seals because I've had one leak on me. And the air filter themselves, like we saw them rubbing and it cracked both of mine. So yeah, they're a solid unit and I wouldn't have any hesitation in recommending them. I'll put a link below and for this one, just the saw I got. Really good saw, really good backup saw if you've got a main one and you just, you know, if that one goes for servicing, you've still got something on the property. Highly recommend it, and they don't deserve a lot of the comments out there. I mean, I'm sure if you're using it every day, professionally, you'd probably have some problems. But I've seen videos of people doing that as well and loving them. So yeah, it's hard to compete with an $88 saw free shipping. I'll make it last as long as I can and keep doing maintenance on it. If you want to grab one, grab it. Can't recommend it enough. Cool. I think that's it. On with the spa videos, I think.